Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Beyond the Books podcast series, your go to space for some insightful conversations which is not available in your books. Initiated by THWAM, the Student Council, and powered by KLE BBA. My name is Vaibhavi D, and I'm from second year BBA, your host for today's episode. I would like to welcome our guest, Mr. Aftab Rehaman, sir, for today's episode, The Soft Skills Edge. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Vaibhavi.
This podcast is specially for the curious heads, and it is all about the power of good communication and soft skills. It helps students to gain more confidence, connect better with people, and stand out in their careers. Plus, it will add up a few practical tips which will level up your personal growth, which will be useful, fun, and I bet it will be a total game changer. Joining us today, Mr. Aftab Rehaman, sir. He is a partner and a director at Explore Consultancy Services. He has 21 years of versatile work experience and he's an expert in behavioral science. He Last but not the least, he has trained more than 30,000 participants both nationally and internationally in less than 15 years. We are very thrilled to have you today in our podcast, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Vaibhavi, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, my very first question is what
Sure.
are the five soft skills which can help students to build their career effectively?
Five soft skills for the students to build their career effectively. Uh, Number one is that they should have brilliant communication skills. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
because that is where that they have an edge. Communication is something that most of the students in today's era that they lack. Okay. Second is a positive mindset. They need to have a kind of a mindset which they need to have an environment where when you know this society that we are living in, the kind of an atmosphere that we are being grown in, it requires people to be positive most of the times, because the kind of a environment people have created now because of the social media, it's very easy for anybody to slip into negativity. So
Yes.
you create an environment which is very conducive, very positive most of the times. Most of the students in my experience, especially in the college space that I've seen, is they're reckless. They do not have goals. If you don't have a goal, what do you focus on? So they need to have a goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
In my journey in training employability skills for the students, students have the attitude, but they don't have communication. If they have the communication, they don't have the right mindset. If they have the mindset and the communication, they don't have a mentor who can give them a sense of direction. So you just can't say that they need to have these skills. You need to have a overall development, overall understanding of, if you want to achieve something, it's just not one ingredient which can get you there. There are a lot of factors, and of course your academics are also very important. You need to maintain a required threshold which can get you a ticket, which you get qualified to attend a certain organization's interview, because the organizations, they have a cutoff for them to get into any kind of a job role, right? So
Yes.
these are the factors that they need to have. These are the skills, or rather these are the attributes, these are the traits that the students must have.
How
Yeah.
crucial is focus, sir? Like for a student or for an youngster,
Mhm.
how crucial is to be focused on something to just achieve that?
See, focus is everything, no? Have you noticed this, that uh, I mean, about the students, whenever that they are in the class, their focus is bunking on the class. And once they've bunked the class, they're thinking what's happening in the
In the
class,
class? Yeah.
right? Once they're sitting with their friends, they bring in the tension of what's going to happen tomorrow. the students, or rather most of the people, they don't live in the present moment. So focus is the key. Focus, I think it has to be practiced. Okay, focus is the most important aspect of one's success. Students must focus. Be it anything. You want to take up dance, focus in dance. Be the best in dance. If not the average, you have to be above average, at least to start off somewhere, right? Um, if the person is very good in a particular sport, manage with your academics, also get into the sport, do what is required, yeah,
Yeah.
do there. And that's how everything works. The best of the best people, so called as the most successful people, everybody has had their journey in experiencing all these difficulties, yeah. But the point there was that these people, unwavering focus on one thing that they focused, they wanted it and they've achieved it. So focus is the most important. I wouldn't say number one, but one of the most important five factors, one of the five factors in accomplishing and achieving what they want to achieve.
So,
Yeah.
what would you like to give an advice for people who get influenced easily by others and they forget their goal
Mm.
and they forget how to focus on their goal?
Uh, the symptom of this is that people who forget about their goals is because they have not owned their goal.
Goals. Yeah.
Okay, the moment you own it, if it is a borrowed belief, okay, now you believe in something, and just because you believing in it, and I have an image about you that you're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good and I idolize you, but I like something else. Just because you're doing it, I also feel that because she's doing it, even I need to do that. That's a borrowed belief that I have.
Yes.
Hence people defocus on their goals because that's not yours, because you don't own it. Number one is start working with yourself. That's why we do what we do. Okay,
Yes.
those are the sessions that I do mostly in my training programs, that I allow the individual to identify who the person is. If I like something, why is it that I like that? Identify that factor. There must be some connection, some neural connection in me. That's why
Yes.
I like what I like. Okay, and that should not be borrowed. If it is borrowed, it will fade away. But if it is authentically imbibed by me, intuitively, within, from within, that focus and that goal has arrived, i will I will do what it takes for me to go ahead and accomplish that. And one of the most important aspects, I think I will be repeating this again and again in our conversation,
Yes.
your environment is one of the most important factors for you to get where you want to get.
Yes.
And if
Yes.
your environment is not conducive, what can you do? Environment does not support. Even the fruits don't grow if the environment does not
Yeah.
support. Yeah. And if somebody falls sick, we get the person into the hospital, we get them admitted. Why? Because we give them an environment there. You're
Yes.
restricted from so many things. Why? Because that's an environment. So for somebody to accomplish a particular goal, what you need is a very conducive environment as well.
Yes.
That's
That's
what it is.
something I can totally agree on.
Yeah.
And so, could you please share any of your story where good communication made a huge difference?
There are a lot of them. There are lots of them. God has been kind. I had this amazing opportunity to fly with uh, amazing people in my career, in my life. I've traveled to a lot of places because of my job and so on. I'll share one of these small little incidences which
Sure, sir,
happened.
sure.
So I had this opportunity of living in this country called Qatar. I lived in Doha.
Okay.
Yeah, and there one of the days, my friends and I have gone into a restaurant, and we're sitting across the table, and the door opens. I mean, it is massively open, and this person who's an Arab who walks inside, and this Arab is a African Arab. Okay, so he's a huge guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's very loud. He's on a phone call,
Okay.
and he's talking very loudly. Okay, So I'm a South Indian. Yeah, I had a friend who was a South Indian as well. So since he walked by, and this was at midnight. Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy, my friend, was absolutely tired. So since he was walking, the Arab was walking past. He spoke so loudly that this guy got a little jolt, and he just turned back, and he said, "Who's this guy?" And now, when this guy, this friend of mine, when he said, "Who's this guy?" This Arab guy heard that,
Oh,
and he saw us, and I was scared. I was
obviously.
so scared that I'm a foreigner, I'm an expat, I'm living in their country.
Yeah.
They, they have a feeling that they own their country, and we are all their
Outsiders.
outsiders, and we are their guests. Not even guests, but we work for them. Yeah. I was so scared, and he kept looking at us.
Okay.
I was scared, and I told my friend, "What have you done?" Okay, that guy is looking at us, and I was so scared. And I tell this guy, I don't know, I'm getting a feeling that I think we should go away from here because this guy can get us into trouble. Because you were rude. Who's this guy? You turned back and you said that. So this Arab guy calls the hotel guy, "Come here." And he talks to that hotel guy in Arabic. And that hotel guy looks at us. Now it is confirmed that we are going to get into trouble now. You get it?
Yes,
And I was
yes.
so scared. And this guy, my friend, he's not feeling anything because he's not facing him. I'm facing him because he's sitting right in front of me. After some time, about after few 5 7 minutes, this guy gets up from there. He's still on a call. That guy
Oh,
is still on a call, and he walks past. And I put my head down. He comes there. He gives a nice stare at us, and he opens the door and he walks out. And we had ordered for something for takeaway. So the hotel guy comes, and he gives us the takeaway. Okay, he gives us the takeaway, and I ask him how much is the bill. Do you know this?
yes.
The hotel guy says your bill is paid.
He paid the bill?
The Arab guy, he paid our bill, saying that these boys, because I was talking loudly, they
Okay.
got disturbed and they did not like it. As a token of gesture, I want to pay their bill. He
Oh,
paid our bill.
that is
And
so sweet.
so sweet, and look at our imagination. I was
Yeah.
just thinking, what was I thinking about this guy, and what happened actually. That's when I realized that perceptions and the kind of communication abilities that we have, they're very, very different. Okay, we've been taught a different pattern, but what actually in different places the communication varies, the body language varies. For example, if in Africa, if there is a person who's sitting just straight up, even if you crack a joke, they
Hmm.
don't laugh, they don't smile. Okay, it doesn't mean that they're not listening to you. Okay,
Okay.
they're very, very attentively listening to you. It's just that their body language, like how we've got various languages, like we've got English, we've got Kannada, we've got Hindi.
Hindi.
Yeah, we've got these various languages. Every language is different, but it communicates the same thing, right?
Yes.
Body language also, I mean, that's a reckon that happened to me. That's what I learned that day. So this was one of the most touching incidences, which I think probably I can never forget this incident which happened. This was one of the biggest lessons in terms of communication which I learned that day, in terms of
Yes.
body language.
It is actually a sweet story.
Yeah, it is, but I got scared then. Yeah. Yeah.
So, how can someone develop emotional intelligence for better leadership?
Okay. uh, Emotional intelligence, but by the way, what actually emotional intelligence is? A lot of people don't understand the meaning of intelligent emotion. Now,
Hmm.
what does it mean? The meaning is you being aware of the emotion that you are actually going through at that particular moment is equal to you being intelligent about your emotion. Now, for example, do you know when you're feeling bad? Do you know when you're feeling angry? Do you know it, or it just happens to you? It just happens to
Yeah.
us. How long does it take for you to realize that you're not feeling good? It takes a while, right?
Yes.
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 What if, in case, the moment you've identified that I'm not feeling good, I make a choice right now that I don't want to go through, I don't want to feel how I'm feeling, I want to feel good. That is being intelligent in your emotions. This is my definition, this is
Yeah.
my simplification to emotional intelligence. Now, for leadership, uh, all of a sudden, the kids who are in the college,
Yeah.
they identifying and they becoming leaders, that's not possible. I mean,
Yes.
I rather feel that they have to be led first so that they can lead in future. So the leaders are the ones who lead, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the beginning, I have to be led. Okay, I need to see what are the different formats, what are the different styles of a leader. Then I have to identify what kind of a person that I am. Okay, there are different styles in leadership. There is autocratic, there is bureaucratic, there is democratic, there is servant style leadership. What kind of a person that I am? Mother Teresa, leader,
Yes.
servant style. Nelson Mandela, okay, leader, democratic. Mahatma Gandhi, democratic. Leaders, these are.
Yes. Yes.
Adolf Hitler, one of the most uh, uh, famous dictators in the world, yeah, autocratic, right?
Yes.
He was a dictator, right?
Yes.
Everybody is a leader. All of them are leaders, but what styles do they have, right? So I have to identify what's my innate personality type. So this takes a little bit of a work within ourselves, and one of the most important factors for an individual to experience success is to have a mentor, and the mentor will actually show you what you can't see, okay, or
Yes.
rather what you want to see. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So talking about emotional intelligence, what is the factor in which that it can support an individual to become a leader? I feel that's what I said. Let everybody be led in the beginning. Eventually, see, everything has its own evolution,
Yes.
right? So let them become great Samaritans, let them become good citizens, let them become outstanding sons and daughters, let them become super brothers and sisters, let them become and super professionals. Then the pathway, you reach one destination. After that, automatically, before you could reach that destination, you already create another one. That's how life is. Yeah. So I would feel that they should focus more on the emotional intelligence bit than becoming a leader now.
Yes, I totally get your point, sir. And what does adaptability impact career success?
Oh my god, there's only one thing which is very, very constant in this world, and that is change,
Change.
right? And if I do not have this mindset that no, this is the way I am, the way I am is the way I am, that's it. The world changes for me, I don't change for them. uh, Too sorry to say, you don't experience, you don't taste success. The moment you have this mindset, the attitude, I will do what it takes. I have to wake up at 5 to experience what I want to experience. I will wake up at 5. I know I would love to sleep, but the change that I bring in, I need to adapt to what it takes for me to get there. I see, for who I am is the result that I'm generating now. I need another result. For who I am, the same person cannot generate the same result. There has to be a shift in my personality. Only then I can experience a different result. So, most of the people these days, I think this should be taught in every single school and college, that be very adaptable, be very malleable, be very flexible, be very, very open to change. Yeah. So, being adaptable, like I said, there's no button where you press that button and you do this and you experience
Yeah,
success.
and nothing changes suddenly.
Nothing. Everything, it begins with that small little step. That step is an action.
Yes,
Before
yes.
that action, there has to be a thought process, and that thought process is work on the mindset. Yeah. So adaptability is the thing. Look at the era in which that we are right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, every single thing is at the tip of a finger right now.
Yes.
AI just help me with this. It's all there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen next? Until unless I am like this only. No, no, you can't. You need to change. You need to have progressive mindset. You can't be the same version to experience a different version. You have to be a different version to experience a different version.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is. Yeah.
What are the biggest challenges young professionals face or lack in building a successful career, sir, according to you?
Um, I think it's the distraction, number
Okay.
one. Yeah. And the distraction could be anything. The distraction can be in the house, it can be in their pocket, mostly in the pocket. You know what I mean by mostly in the pocket distraction? It's the mobile phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very, very addictive. Okay. Distractions in terms of lack of knowledge in managing their emotions and their hormones. Somebody has, I'm talking from a context of these young college kids. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They
I
have
get
to
it.
be taught how to manage their emotions because they don't know and nobody talks about it. They
Yes.
have to be spoken about it. Okay. These days, the Gen Zs, they have their own swag and they think it's cool. Is that really cool? That question has to be, they have to be made to be realized. What they think is cool, is that actually cool? Because the cool definition is very different from one person to another
Another
person,
person. Yeah.
right? So what may be cool to you definitely not may be cool to me, and what may be cool to me may be cool to the entire world.
Yes.
So you need to identify what is it, and the moment people realize this is what I want, I think even distractions can be taken care of. So right now, one problem which the young kids face in terms of not achieving and not getting what they want to get, biggest problem is the distractions. Identify your distractions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Replace those distractions with tractions. Okay. Identify with whom do you want to stay, with whom do you feel that you're enjoying that conversation, and that conversation is actually helping me get to where I want to get to.
Yeah,
That's your traction. So question, answer, take care of your distractions.
yeah. Yes. So, how should one start plan their career and set long-term goals?
Okay. uh, Long term goals. What I feel is, honestly, for the young blood, because everything is too very quick,
Yeah.
fast. Let's talk about let's arriving at the first goal. That first goal, the moment you arrive there, automatically it gives you a sense of direction. What next am I supposed to do? If you say that I want to set a long term goal for the kind of emotional fluctuations that these kids are going through, if I were to tell them you need to earn 100 crores, that's your long term goal, 100 crores.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think that they will actually be able to imbibe that idea of long term goal, 100 crore or whatever, 100 crores, 50 crores, 10 crores, or I want to become an IAS, IPS? All these are the long term goals. Okay. Like I said again, in your previous question,
Yeah.
your environment is very, very important, very, very important, because there are times that you can go down.
Yes.
Your environment picks you up, and it makes you be aware that no, this is not you. Wake up, focus on your goal. Long term goals, I feel that the students, you have a guide, you have a mentor, you have a role model. Okay, sit down, identify what is it that you want to do. There are a lot of kids that I've interacted. Some of them, they want to get into elite, the Fortune 10 or Fortune 100 top MNCs. There are kids, who want to get into government jobs, like, you know, serve the nation. There are kids who want to become entrepreneurs, right? Those are the long, but how to get there? They have no
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
Okay. So to get there, more than focusing on the long term goals, I think the next uh, first pit stop for them is to identify a mentor, follow the mentor, completely surrender yourself to the mentor, and just blindly listen to what your mentor is saying and just follow. Sachin Tendulkar, so
Yes,
called
sir.
as the god of cricket.
Yes.
God of cricket. I mean, there's nobody who's better than him, literally. He had a coach. Was the coach better than him? No ways.
No.
If not, he would have been called the god of cricket, right? So Sachin is the god of cricket. He had a coach. So why do we have a coach? Because the coach sees what you can't see, and coach shows what the coach he can't see.
Yes.
So that's why I think for the long term goal, this is what which occurred to me, that more than focusing there, focus here. These questions automatically you will, it'll start imbibing within you. You will automatically have a long term. The long term goal will determine your midterm goal. Your midterm goal will determine your short term goal. Your short term goal will determine what are you supposed to do
Do
now.
now.
You understand?
Yes.
So that is the power of having goals. To get there, you need to have a mentor. Yeah.
So the problem with this generation youngsters is they feel that they don't want anyone to teach them or guide them.
Yeah.
They just want to reach some point by themselves. Is it possible? I mean,
Maybe possible, but that is coming from a space of ego,
ego. Yeah.
right? Now, how many egoistic people have achieved what they have achieved, and how many people, after achieving, they've been happy? People have achieved what they have to achieve because of that determination and that ego, do or die situation. I wanted, and egos help you get there. But once you get there, are you happy? The same thing people have got there not because of ego, because of that absolute authentic passion that I want to make my parents feel proud. I want to make my country feel proud about me. And how have they succeeded? And how have they felt about it? So, have the people achieved without listening to anyone? Perhaps they must have. But why take that route which you have no which you have no clarity?
Yeah.
Take a route which is tried and tested. No, why again try and reinvent the wheel when the wheel is already invented? Look at inventing something else. No, so
Yes.
the best practices are, you have a coach, you have a guide, follow them. Okay, follow them, believe in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
How can one cultivate a mindset of continuous learning
Mm.
and self improvement that can also helps in avoiding procrastination?
Procrastination is a habit. It's
Yes,
a mental problem.
including me, sir.
Yeah.
I procrastinate things
Okay.
so.
There is a lack of vision where you are not able to visualize, or you're not able to see your goal. If you are not able to see your goal, where are you heading? You don't know which destination. You're in your vehicle. Let's say you're in your car and you are driving. Where are you driving? Where are you going? And if you say, I don't know where am I going, where do you think you will reach? You'll reach nowhere. It's just that you keep roaming here and there. And that's exactly what happens to people. That's exactly why people procrastinate, because they do not know the address where they're supposed to stop it. So the address is, have a goal, look at it, look at it every day. Today you're this version. In the next 6 months, this version has to be upgraded to another version, because the world is moving in that pace. No, this is my version, I will remain in the same version. Of course you will procrastinate. It's a habit. It's a mental, I wouldn't say it's absolutely a mental problem, but it has got to do mentally. Okay.
Yeah.
So set a goal, Set a goal so sharp that you need to measure your goal on your weekly basis. In a week, check how many books have you read. One book, 10 days. In a month, three books.
Three books.
Possible?
Yes, sir.
Measure it, no? So let's say you're reading a book which is about 200, 300 pages per day. How many pages? Divide that, substantiate that. And that's how you measure your goals. And when you're measuring your goals like that, do you have time for you to think, not today, I don't want to do it? It means that's not your goal. That's why you're procrastinating. If
Yeah.
there is a goal, you will not procrastinate. You will not. You will get to work. You will do this. Again, if you have an environment, okay, and I say, you got, have you read your pages today? No. That one word, one question that I ask you, have you read your book today? That in itself is enough for you to become responsible. What I mean by this is,
Yeah.
have an environment like that. Your friends should be a factor to motivate you, not to demotivate you.
Yes,
Your
yes.
friend should be there to empower you, not to disempower you. Your friends should be there to push you forward, not to hold you backward. You understand?
Yes, sir.
That's the environment. So automatically, these so-called as your mental evils, no, it'll automatically start evaporating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how can we stay motivated for continuous learning? Like,
How
what
can
keeps
you?
motivating us?
How can you be motivated? For me, uh, good money, uh, 25 days in a month of work motivates me. Uh, if I get a assignment, training assignment, where I'll have to travel to a different place, I'm so excited because I love traveling. These are the motivating factors. You'll have to identify what motivates you. Um, you need to reward yourself. Okay, after a good training program, I ensure that I go ahead and I meet my friends. My friends are my oxygen. I need to meet them. If I don't meet them, then I miss something.
Yeah.
I have a good laugh. I need to spend I mean at least a couple of hours, especially when I've had a good session. Okay, that's a reward for me.
Yes,
You
yes.
understand? So you identify what motivates you. Okay, what motivates you, and the student should do this work. See, you like something, one particular flavor, and if I tell you this is the best flavor, that's unfair,
Yeah.
right? I like vanilla, you like chocolate, so how can I say that you should
Choose vanilla.
choose this?
Yeah.
You choose your motivations, right? Okay,
Yes.
so what it means by this, do a lot of work with yourself, identify what kind of a person I am, and we are all there to support you guys. That's why we're doing what we're doing right now, right?
Yes.
To show you the mirror, this is who you are, and this is not what you want to be. Then you'll have to do a little work where you look a little more better than what you are looking in this right now.
Yes, sir.
So that's what it is. So motivate yourself. You must motivate, you must reward yourself. Very, very important. Yeah.
So, as you said, you love to travel. So, can you please share some of your travel experiences where you felt so pathetic about whether it can be food or with the people or with the flights or something like that?
All right. So I've had this opportunity of going to this neighboring country called China,
Okay.
and I was along with somebody. I thought let's eat something,
Okay.
and I'm in China.
I get it.
You got it right. So, but the beauty of travel is that your thought process becomes very broad.
Yes.
Okay, because you see various different cultures, amazing new things, so you become very broad. Things which you feel that are taboo are not taboo
Taboo.
anymore. Why? Because that's the culture there. So I had this opportunity of trying frog.
Oh,
Yeah, I tried frog. Honestly, if I have to tell you this,
yes.
until I got to know that it is a frog, It was very nice. It was very tasty. The moment my friend told me that it is a frog, something happened in the brains and I had to throw up.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
And after throwing up, everywhere until I was in China, I was in this place called Shanghai.
Okay.
Okay. Until I was in China, I could smell that so called as the aroma or
Oh,
the odor of some particular fish oil which is not good, which is not very which is not very nice. Okay. And this happened until I ate the frog. I'm sorry, not until I ate the frog, until I got to know
no.
that I ate a frog.
So you didn't know that you were eating frog.
I did not know. I did not know. The thing that I learned there was it's the power of mind.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, yes.
Because I did not know what it was tasty. The moment I got to know, and these are called the kind of limiting beliefs that we have. There is a
Yes.
coding which is being done in our brains,
Brains.
right? And those are called our values and beliefs and so on. Based on that, our decision makings are influenced. Okay. Now, if it were to be a Chinese, they would have said, "Wow, how tasty, how amazing it is." Okay. If it were to be a Vietnamese, they would have enjoyed it. Oh, whoa, super, because even they eat it. A South Indian going there and non-vegetarian, but did not know eating a frog. It created a zing in me when I got to know. So, since you asked me some of the pathetic experiences, this is one of the experiences. But honestly, I have experienced where people have eaten monkey brains and all that in Hong Kong,
Oh
okay,
my
and things
god.
like that. I don't even want to see that, okay,
Okay.
because we come from that kind of a
Yes.
background. And by the way, it is considered to be one of the most expensive delicacies in the world, the
Oh.
monkey brain.
Oh. I didn't knew this.
You didn't know this,
I
and
didn't
you
knew.
know what, I'm sure there are a lot of people who are watching us, they don't want to know this as well
Exactly.
because it's monkey brain. So there are certain things which you call it as pathetic right now, but eventually as you grow as a human being, as you enlarge your vision, where your you know the point of view becomes very very broad, we just feel it's okay. That time that was pathetic, but if you ask me now, it's okay. It was one of a kind of an experience.
Yeah.
But I've got many awesome experiences compared to the pathetic experiences. Yeah.
That's good to know. Could you please suggest some tips on overcoming self doubts and imposter syndrome at work? What advice would you like to give?
Uh, why do you think one person will have a doubt on themselves? What could be the reason? I'll tell you what is the reason. The reason is more than themselves, they believe in the other's opinion. That's when they feel that they are wrong, they have a doubt in their own thinking, and they start believing in the other's thought process. And that's when they become imposter, right?
Yeah.
Simple thing. Again, I reiterate myself, focus on your goal. You understand?
Yes.
Believe in yourself with what you're doing is the right thing. Believe in the kind of an environment that you've created. Believe in the way ahead that you're looking at. When you're focused, nobody can jolt you. You know, you're
Yes.
traveling in one particular place. Because of some kind of an adversity, you may have to stop the car.
Okay.
You stopped.
Yeah.
You had to stop because that
Yes.
was an adversity. Will you stop there forever?
No.
Get that fixed,
I
continue
will
the.
move. Yeah.
That's what the goal does. If you've got the goal that this is where I need to get, what can stop you? It can stop you because of certain things which you have no control upon.
Yeah.
You stop, but after some time, when once you fix them, again get back on track. That's what it
Yes.
is. So all these things, that this imposter syndrome, all of these things are because of people who not worked on their mindsets. where they've not worked on themselves, and so on. When you have so much of opportunities, wait, what's not there on the internet today?
Yes, sir.
There is everything at the click of a button. In a perhaps in few seconds, you have the answer, right?
Yes.
So why should one feel like a victim, right?
Yes. So how can we regain our curiosity? Like, I mean, even this is a point from myself also, that when we were kids, we used to just question even a smallest of the things, that why it is being done like that, why it is done like this, why can't it be done in that way, or in some other way. And while growing up, while we are adults, and we don't question it all, we just be like, let them do whatever they want. Yeah, even the question arises also, we hesitate to ask.
Right,
Yeah, why is it so like that, and how can we bring back our curiosity, so that once we bring back our curiosity, we can work on ourselves.
right. You know what is the opposite of curiosity? The opposite of curiosity is certainty.
Certainly.
So everybody wants to be certain today, no?
Yes.
So in the presence of certainty, there is no curiosity.
Curiosity.
And if you are curious, then don't be certain.
Yeah.
The point right now is, right from our environment, all everybody wants you to be certain about certain things, right?
Yes, sir.
So obviously, when you're certain, where is curiosity, bro? I know from here I'm going to go there, from there I'm going to go there. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, you're certain about it. Now, if you have to bring in curiosity, then you'll have to be so very open. If this is not happening, no problem. Let's see what's there.
Yes.
Let's see what's there in store for me. That's curiosity. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And in today's world, the students are also too very, they don't ask questions, is because they don't need, certain people, they don't need external validation. And
Yes.
there is another sect of crowd, they only need external validation. Only when I have an iPhone I feel good. That's an external validation that I need.
Yes.
Okay. Some people, I don't give a damn about how people are. This is the way that I am. They don't care about external validation at all. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You get
Yes, sir.
this difference between these two category of people.
Categories. Yes, sir.
Now identify again. Why do you need that? Why would you want to be curious? Okay, curiosity killed the cat, right? It's
Same.
metaphorically that I'm saying, right? It's very nice. Life becomes very very interesting when you're curious.
Curious. Yes.
Okay, the fun of life is that we don't know when are we going to die.
Yeah.
The moment we get to know that we are going to die, how many ever years, 80, 85, 90 years, you're dead now, because you know that you're going to die then. You
Yeah.
understand? The beauty of life is in curiosity. You understand? So I would. That's a beautiful question that you've asked. Actually, it's a very nice question. There's a lot of intelligence behind this question, maturity behind this question. I would recommend most of these youngsters do what it takes and be open for the results.
Yeah.
It may happen, it may not
May not
happen.
happen.
It may happen, but not the kind that you've thought. Maybe a little up, maybe a little down. Be open for it. And that is the way of curiosity. Okay? So it's okay, let it be. And that is also a sign of you being adaptable, you being malleable, you being open. And understand this, as human beings, if we are not adaptable, we are obsolete. We are finished.
Yes.
Okay. So
So
stay healthy and stay curious. Yeah. Yeah.
it is the thing that we need to just give our fullest
Yeah.
and not worry about the result.
Absolutely. Anything you do, this is exactly what I tell, and to a great extent that I practice. Anything that you do it at the best of your ability. Anything for that matter. If you're having fun, just have fun. Don't think of anything else. If you're doing some particular work, nothing else, only that particular thing. If you're eating food, just be with, how blessed am I to have this food today. Just be there, just be there with that food. If you are having a conversation, just be there in that conversation. Enter into the other person's life, enter into that other person's mental zone that they are in. Okay, so that's how. Until and unless you don't do what you're doing at the best of your ability, what are you doing? Mediocre work. Mediocre,
Yes.
no value, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, so in final, I would like to ask the last question that
Yeah.
what skill do you wish you you could have learned when you were young, or that
Skill. Okay,
uh,
that when I was young. When I was young, what skill?
you wish you had learned that?
During the college days? Are you asking me
Yeah, yeah,
that? I think listening.
listening.
I think I lacked listening.
Okay.
I wish I had this listening, the listening that I have right now. Yeah. And I think most of the students also have the same concern that they don't listen.
Yeah.
When I say they don't listen, biologically they are hearing it, but they're not processing it. So listening is the process. So I wish, if there is time, if I can go back in time, I wish I could be this guy telling that young guy of me and saying that shut up and just listen, pay attention, process that information, right? So I listening will be the skill. Otherwise, too many, but one of the primary and the basic skill which most of them require is listening.
And so, what is one thing which you regret even till date?
Regret,
Regret.
regret till date. Uh, Apart from being born in Ambani's family, nothing else. No, I'm so proud that I'm born to my parents and to the family that I belong to. I don't have any regret like that. I used to have regressions those days. That why is my father not super rich? Why is it that I don't have a sports car? Where when I had rich friends and they have this sports car and sports bike, I did not have it. But eventually that got faded away. So today I don't have any regrets. The way it is, the way it is, perfect.
Yes, sir. So, a huge thank you to you, so for sharing such valuable insights with us today. It is our pleasure to have you today in our show, sir. I
Thank
hope
you.
you had a great time with us.
Of course, I did, and you've done a fantastic job. You've been a
Thank
fantastic host, and your questions were very, very matured and logical questions that you have asked.
Thank you so
Okay,
much, sir.
thank you very much, and I wish and I hope that we get another opportunity
Sure,
meeting
sir.
and talking about something else next time.
Sure, sir.
Right? Thank you very
Yes.
much. God bless you.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. To all our listeners, remember that good communication and soft skills aren't just nice to have. It is very essential for your success in any of your career. So stay focused, and thank you listeners for staying till the end. If you found this episode as interesting and helpful, please hit the subscribe and leave a review. Please do share it with someone who would benefit from these insights. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next one. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, stay focused.